In our daily life, day in, day out, we get curious about many things. It's not just we are doing now. From the childhood, from baby's life, we get curious. Because of that curiosity, we keep knowing new things, acquiring new things, getting to know, getting to learn, gaining knowledge, understanding about various things. But over a period of time, what happened? That constant interest, the constant curiosity to know, to explore, to check what's happening. Is it my sound is okay? Okay. So that curiosity constantly making our interest towards outward, because when we get the curiosity, we have to use the senses. We hear a sound, we want to know what happened. Now we are sitting, suddenly we get a bang sound, and we want to know what's happening. Somebody fell down, something fall down. Same way, we see things, we smell things, we taste things. Curiosity driving our senses constantly outward. That's the same curiosity keep our life very busy, totally occupied, make us keep engaging, keep doing many things. People going into social media and checking what's going on. Same curiosity. When you have a time, just go to online reading news, watching videos, listening to podcasts, checking new products, window shopping. See, before to do window shopping, you need to go to the shop, you need to go to the mall to see what products are there, what is the price. You have to take time, take certain effort planning. You may not buy, but at least you will get some idea. That's also kind of therapy, window shopping therapy. But now, every 1 hour once we do window shopping, even you don't want to do, you get an email sending from this brand, sending from that brand. You just click, see what happens, list of products, online window shop. Same curiosity. What is the new product? What is the price? What is the offer I can get? How it is different from this brand to that brand? Same curiosity. So, because of that curiosity, we know things, we learn things. The same curiosity keep us engaged now, keep occupied. So constantly our senses are traveling outward. And it is not just happening now, we have been doing that from childhood, and we get used to live like that. Our senses, the moment we wake up, our senses constantly engaged. Now, when we are bringing the same curiosity to see what is happening inward, what is there in the inner world. But here, the method is different. Here, we can't use the same senses. In fact, we want to slowly disconnect these senses. Withdraw from these senses, and we want to know what is happening in our inner world. When we are using the senses, we constantly get different things. Sometimes it may be a song, sometimes it may be different music, sometimes it may be different videos, sometimes it may be book, Sometimes it may be different recipe. Sometimes we go to different places. So constantly different senses getting different things, keep changing. But here, when we want to go inward, when we are practicing pranayama, when we are slowly withdrawing from the senses, there is no variety. There is no constant new feedings, new items, new things. It takes us to that silence, that inner world, that peace. The quality, the nature of that silence is quiet, calm, no activity. So, what happens? The mind will start to resist. Mind will say, make a U turn. You are going some unknown zone. This seems something new you never experienced. You see, it is totally calm. So maybe it is dangerous. So return back. Don't go. So what happens? It loses interest. It says you better use your senses, keep traveling outward, keep getting new things, keep experiencing new things, and it brings certain satisfaction. And also the mind, through that the ego satisfied, I know new things, I know better things, I know many things, varieties. So you may face this situation when you start to go inward, travel inward continuously. Because when you practice pranayama, however we try to do all the subtle things, however we try to know varieties of pranayama, still it is limited. It's all based on inhalation, exhalation, exhalation, inhalation, inhalation, exhalation, and again exhalation, inhalation. So if you are not get used to it, mind will say it's the same thing, inhalation, exhalation. I can do it anytime. It's okay, nothing new. Or the mind will say, I have been doing every day this, but nothing happening. Because it wants some result, some experience, something extraordinary. Because when you do asana, you get the pain. So the mind says, I am doing something. You can notice a lot of time in asana when the students are not feeling anything. According to them, the feeling means there should be some stretching, there should be some pain, there should be something that they cannot do. Then if you talk about awareness in asana, then they will say, I don't feel anything. So it constantly trained that way. There is something happening. But please understand, when you go from asana to pranayama, here from happening to non-happening, we are moving towards that direction. Varieties of activities to reduced activities or less activities or no activities. First, we need to educate this to our mind, make us our mind to know what we can expect, what we can get through this pranayama meditation practice. Otherwise, the mind will do some tricks very easily, take your interest away from the practice. With that understanding, when you practice, we need to train our mind to observe patiently. Why we need patience? Because it is the same thing, inhalation, exhalation, though a little bit changes here and there. And you can understand from asana itself already we are starting to withdraw the senses. Pranayama, it is getting further. We are taking few more steps further towards pratyahara. Because if the mind decides, I don't want to give attention, it will withdraw. Mind need to value that. Right now, what you are listening now, if the mind, you maybe listen the sound, but if the mind is not focusing there, only the sound is there, you may be smelling something. Somebody cooking at the kitchen, you may get the smell, strong, delicious food smell. So your smell goes there. When the mind give attention to the smell, though you hear the sound, you don't really get the message. Mind need to value that. So when you are doing this continuous practice, you do this repeatedly. It's a repetition. Whole yoga practice achieved what we want to get from that practice is only by repetition. Consistent repetition. But we already in asana practice also we trained ourselves to get new things. Asana may be the same, but we have been practicing through various ways. Possibilities are there because different bodies, different techniques. different direction to approach, different parts of the body to focus, different nature we have to fix it because of that. So, apart from the morning practice, what we are doing, though I'm trying to take one step at a time, trying to give some different aspect, I don't want to deliberately give varieties of method. The technique may be the same technique looking through different perspective. Like now the same viloma. When we are doing inhalation, we can work what is happening with your chest. When you are doing that pauses, interruptions, we can connect with the diaphragm. When we are working the same inhalation, we can work on your back, shoulder blade. With the physically, if I connect, again we will go varieties. But keep that in mind. We want to move away from body, movements, adjustments, the action reaction happening because of pranayama with the body movements. We give attention to some extent. We prepare. So we need to know what's happening with the rib cage, what's happening with the lungs expansion, what's happening with the muscles, diaphragm, navel, pelvic floor. We need to prepare, we need to know what's happening. But because we want varieties, we keep on engaging, connecting with the body movements will become a huge obstacle, setback in pranayama practice. Because we prepare the body already through asana practice. You can't bring much difference with the body in pranayama practice while you are doing. Whatever your body condition, within that only you can practice. If the container can hold only certain amount of water, only that much only we can put. While doing pranayama, we can do this and that, then we can change the breath movement. It may not help. So I don't want to give you varieties because for the curiosity mind, to feed the curiosity mind. Then our journey will not go towards the meditation. Our journey will go U-turn back to asana. You do pranayama, but actually what you are doing, kind of asana practice with breath awareness. That is okay sometime. That is okay to understand the body conditions, but not all the time. So now what we have to do, how to take care of this curious mind? Sorry, you, I think now you can see, get the connection. You hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. So we were talking about the patience, the feeding, non-feeding varieties of techniques, just to cultivate, to have that curiosity. Do you hear many other sounds? Uh, knocking sound. We have the interest. We have the interest. We have the value. We are practicing also. Occasionally, that occasion, that the mind lose, get into the practice, finding reasons not to. What we can do. First, don't pity. Second, don't get frustration. Okay. Okay, is it my voice is okay now? Okay, I turn on the video. If the voice is not good, then I will off the video. Okay, let's see. So what happens? You have the interest, we are doing it, but still occasionally, or as I said, that occasion happens many often. It is because the curiosity mind already built certain habit, already set certain pattern, already been living in that method, in that way for a long time, quite long time. That's why if you look into your daily life, you can see a lot of things. It's not that you do with interest. You don't do with full attention, full enjoyment. Is it my voice okay? Still breaking? Okay, okay. Otherwise, I can turn on my video. You can happily hear only because as you are seeing my face anyway every day. I have to see you. It's not must that you have to see me now. So when this habitual mind, yoga says that mind is not set just within this life. That curiosity is not set only from our childhood. That curiosity mind set through many lives. They say countless. So it's not something, okay, I want to change immediately, just like we can bring the change. Why this Ashtanga Yoga? Why this eightfold path, these steps? It is to work this curious mind. In fact, our desires, the varieties of desires we have, it is because of that curiosity. You can notice many things in our life we have been doing or we want to do. We have been getting or we want to get. It starts from just a spark of curiosity. You hear somebody is speaking Spanish. You just hear any language. Sounds nice. Then you are curious about it. Okay, what they are saying. How do you say thanks? How do you say hello? Curious. Then you got the interest, then you want to know more, you want to learn more, then you enroll, then you want to know the country, the culture, the people, then you want to travel, then you want to live there. Life goes on. In fact, a lot of people started to practice yoga also probably with that curiosity. Just heard something by seeing the picture. I started my yoga just like that. When I was young, went to the library. I saw one, I used to read different books. I saw one yoga book, and that yoga book has many photos from headstand to various postures. Until then, I don't know our body can go into these shapes. Then I started to try. Can I bend the leg like that? Can I move the head like that? Can I move the arm like that? That spark, that curiosity. So in life, we know things definitely by that curiosity. But now, when it comes to yoga practice, the same curiosity will be an obstacle. So now we need to learn how to let go. When we have to feed this curiosity further, when we should not feed. Curiosity sparks, comes. But if we keep on feeding that continuously, then what we want to get by yoga practice, it will not allow. Please keep in mind, if you just do some yogasana, you want to sweat, you want to get some stretch, you want to keep your joints intact, you want to be a little bit healthy, that's fine. But if you really want to get all the effects of yoga practice, or we say we want freedom, we want to know what is reality, by yoga practice, it can happen only when we are practicing. Can I practice 5 days and can I go for 2 days holiday? Cannot. After 1 month of continuous practice, can I go for 1 week holiday? Cannot. Probably a lot of people already planned. Whenever the mind says, okay, today we give up, today we take rest, then the mind says, no, 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 no. We have to do 100 days. Continuously, we need to practice. Okay. After 100 days, then we take 10 days break, 1 week break. You may have the list of things to do in the morning time. At 6 o'clock time, 5 o'clock time, 7 o'clock time. You may have some list of things to do. You may want to do morning walk, early morning walk. You want to see maybe sunrise. List of things. Again, because of that curious mind. Then it has now says, wait, 100 days. After that 100th session over, then we will fulfill one by one, one by one. Yoga practice doesn't work like that. That's why among many things, there are different methods, meditation, this, that, like that, among many things. If you see it, which one is the difficult path, challenging path to know one's own self, which is yoga. Because it goes through all the aspects, with the body, with the mind, with the breath, and it goes without any break, constant, continuous. Why? It talks about the breath. So when it connects the breath, that means what? Which is every moment. It's not something like you can take a break for that. Every moment. So that observation comes. In fact, like further when it goes, it comes to the mind. Then it is thought process. Every moment. So awareness need to be extended, not occasionally, every moment. I want to bring up this to highlight, to alert, to caution how the mind will play many tricks to let go. One of the other trick, because videos are there, okay, I don't do in the morning, I readjust that. I will do that later, after 8, after 9, after 10, or in the evening. That's the other trick. You may able to do, but very easily the mind postpones. Be aware. Sometimes you may not showing the interest. You may not enjoy. You may not feel like much things happening. It's okay. Just be there. Just be in that 1 hour. That's what, if you do even like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, fine. Keep going. Sometimes starting moment, there will be resistance. Once you get into, then you can see it will take, the practice will take on its own. That's the way you can keep connected, keep the momentum going, keep engaged yourself. Don't count, okay, it is happening, it is not happening, like that. That's the reason we want to do this non-stop, not even giving break on Saturday, Sunday. Just to change habit into this practice so that we can overcome the challenge from other habits, from other curious things happening. But this we keep in mind. Senses going inward, withdrawing inward, traveling inward. It is more into silence. more into observance, more into not achieving something, rather allowing things to happen and to observe. Why? This whole process is very simple. What we will achieve at the end of yoga practice is getting into this non-doing state. Curiosity leads to desires. Desires make our ego stronger, stable. Ego maintains because of the ignorance continuously. The moment we let go the curiosity, we let go the desires, which help us to let go the ego. The moment let go the ego, there is nothing else to achieve. It is to accept, see things as they are. It is not just by doing these varieties of practice we are going to achieve extraordinary things. No. The extraordinary thing is only one thing. Let go this curious mind. Not to feed to this curiosity which leads into desires, varieties of desires. It leads to that total acceptance. That's the only thing we want to get, total acceptance. Not long life, not special powers, not varieties of knowledge. Whatever my condition, inside, outside, I am just accepting totally, 100%, without even allowing that person to exist to accept. The person who is accepting, non-accepting will disappear. That's the end of it. Because the mind is resisting, not ready to accept, so we keep on doing something. Asana, pranayama, meditation, listening from this teacher to that teacher, this master to that master. Varieties of things. That's why the people let go other things. Then when it comes to yoga, here then they go into varieties of things. I want to learn from this teacher, I want to learn from that teacher, this, that. I want to know this asana, I want to know this, constant, continuous. So, be aware, give attention to this mind which brings more and more feeding, constant feeding through the senses. You may hear, you may see, you may smell, but you have to ready within that moment to let go, not to hold on. If you are able to handle your senses that way, then whatever the feeding comes, curiosity comes, you know how to handle it. You know how to deal with that curious mind. That is also part of this practice. We are doing this whole yoga practice to know how to handle this. Because the moment you wake up, your senses are wake up. You can't walk, do things by shutting Senses cannot. You eat means senses are there. Speak means senses are there. Hearing, senses always active the moment you wake up. But how to receive through these senses, what to hold, what not to hold, how to use all these data, whatever we are feeding. That's also we learn through this practice. Then we don't run away. Okay, I have to shut my senses. So what to do? I go to bed, sleep. Then I go pranayama, close my eyes. I go asana practice, close my eyes. I do meditation, close my eyes. Then I go and sleep. I don't allow the senses to activate. I close myself in a room. I don't do things. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to use the senses. That's the whole, we can say, this whole game, the whole fun, or paradox, or irony. You can say that way also. Because otherwise the mind will start to claim after 100 days of practice. I have done 100 days of pranayama practice. One more thing I achieved. Tick. I practice yoga for 20 years, 30 years. Tick. I'm special. Sometimes when they ask question, how long you practice? I want to say it's not really important. It's about how do you practice now. You may be starting your yoga now. But we judge, okay, that person practicing many years. That person have long beard. That person have a big belly. That person have this, that, this. We judge. Again, curious mind. Knowing through that. So we need to let go. This is not something we want to achieve. The whole practice should lead towards that mind which doesn't possess anything, which doesn't want to own anything, which doesn't want to claim that it is happening because of that. Why? That is what reality. In the whole system of universe, we, the individual being, we, not even a dust. Nothing happening because of us. When we see that very clearly, we'll see that, it's not that we are achieving, we are doing, we are just to be there, that's all. Why I am guiding, you are practicing, just be there, that's all. When I am learning, why I am learning and getting the guidance, just to be there, that's all. But you know what the curious mind will do? The curious mind will want to answer for everything and want to fix certain answer, even if there is no answer. That's why we get into a lot of imagination about life, because we want to find the answer for everything. The beauty is just to be there, just let go. Will do. I have only few questions, which I keep it for tomorrow. there is any more questions, so you share also any of your observation about your curious mind. Feel free to share. It may help for our practice. And we'll talk about a little bit more about the techniques tomorrow. Okay? Sorry about my internet connection. We'll see you again. Thank you all. Namaste.